Petr Yan does not want to run it back with Merab Dvalishvili. After Yan's shocking win over the Machine last night, the entire MMA world immediately started chanting for a trilogy. Fans feel like the story is too big to leave unfinished. Merab came in with one of the craziest streaks in UFC history, and in their first fight, he completely ran through Petr, turned it into one of the most dominant performances ever at bantamweight. But last night flipped the script. In a wild 5-round war, Yan showed every layer of why he has always been considered one of the elite fighters at 135. His reads were sharp, his pressure was on point, he defended takedowns that nobody survives against, and he outworked Dvalishvili from start to finish. Dana White praised both guys for delivering a wild throwdown, with both of them showing zero lack of will. In a post-fight interview, Petr made it clear that he does not think the Georgian automatically deserves an immediate rematch. This instantly set off debate online. Some fans think the trilogy is a must because the rivalry is too big and the series is currently 1-1. Either way, bantamweight just got a massive shake-up. Let's hear what Petr had to say.
Obviously, you want to enjoy everything now, but do you feel there's a need for a trilogy with Merab at some point, or is it done at this point?
You know, I think Merab should really just get the boys, get into the jacuzzi, think about it, and then we'll see. If you had to choose, what do you think is the next step? A trilogy with Merab or a fight against Umar? And who do you think is a more dangerous opponent? But you saw the fight of Merab versus Umar. You saw the way that fight went. So who's more dangerous? They can rematch, and then we can see what happens. You know, just understand the fact that for me to get the opportunity to fight for the belt again, UFC made me go 3 more fights before I was able to get into the contender position again.
Dana White finally spoke up about Arman Tsarukyan's future and responded to Tom Aspinall's recent remarks about his eye injury, in which Tom claimed Dana had downplayed the severity of his condition. In the UFC 323 post-fight presser, Dana clarified that everything had been misinterpreted and that he was simply passing along what he had heard from people monitoring Aspinall's condition. Dana emphasized that there was no disrespect intended toward the British champion. Henry Cejudo stepped in and warned the heavyweight champ, telling him to tread carefully around Dana White, calling him the boss who ultimately controls fight bookings. Aspinall and Cyril Gann are still scheduled for their rematch sometime in 2026, but his eye injury has kept him sidelined for quite a while and he hasn't resumed training yet. Dana also confirmed that the UFC is closely monitoring Tom's recovery and will ensure he's fully cleared before returning to competition. Meanwhile, fans are eagerly awaiting updates on when the highly anticipated rematch will finally take place. Regarding Arman, Dana stated that he does not currently deserve a title shot. He didn't suggest that Arman would be next for Topuria after Justin and Patty. He explicitly said Arman needs more wins, even after his highly impressive destruction of Dan Hooker at UFC Qatar. Let's dive in.
Arman Tsarukyan, obviously the odd man out now. We expect Ilia to be unifying against the interim title winner, which would, make a long runway for his
I wouldn't
title.
say that he's the odd man out, He had an opportunity, and you guys know how that played out, and he's gonna have to work his way back. I don't give a shit what the number says. He's gonna have to work his way back. There's just too much goes into this for those type of things to happen. We had a little. We were talking back in my room tonight, and we were talking about all the crazy shit that's happened over the last 20-something years. But you can't do that. You can't get the opportunity and then it can't end that way. So he's got to work his way back.
Ilia Topuria somehow managed to grab the spotlight even though the event wasn't centered around him. After Petr Yan's win, Yan sat down with Russian outlet Golos OB MMA, and his tone toward Merab was far harsher than in his previous English interviews. This time he didn't hold back, he openly claimed he broke Merab.
Did you see the damage I put on him? No one else has been able to damage him like I did. He just broke today, that's it. I broke him. He's in a jacuzzi now with his friends.
Naturally, those comments spread like wildfire online, catching everyone's attention. Even UFC lightweight champ Ilia Topuria got involved. During a live Instagram session, he broke down Merab's fight and didn't shy away from firing a warning Yan's way. It's worth noting that Ilia and Yan have a pretty long-standing history of tension. At one point, there were even talks of a matchup when Ilia was featherweight champ and Yan a top bantamweight. Given their striking heavy styles, some fans thought that fight could have been a genuinely competitive clash. Now, with these recent comments, the feud is heating up again, and Topuria isn't letting Yan off easy.
Merab, brother, life has its ups and downs, but no matter what, you're always the best in our eyes. You'll come back stronger, faster, and unstoppable. Yan, Merab is like a brother to me. He is my family, You understand? Watch your words. I hope you show some respect. Words matter. We don't want any problems, but make sure you behave yourself.
The buzz around Petr Yan's stunning upset over Merab Dvalishvili isn't slowing down. Yan's performance, defending 27 of 29 takedown attempts while outstriking The Machine in a 5-round clinic, has been hailed as one of the best comebacks in UFC history. With his record now at 20-5, Yan joins Dominic Cruz and TJ Dillashaw as the only bantamweights to reclaim a title after losing it. Yan didn't just neutralize Dvalishvili's record-setting wrestling, he matched his legendary cardio and punished him with precise boxing and body kicks. Merab, who came in on a 14-fight win streak, admitted afterward, quote, "I was trying to make it entertaining by standing and trading, but he was better today." Yan's takedown defense hit 93%, and he even landed 5 of his own. Official scores were 49, 46 twice, and 48, 47 once, though many fans and pundits called it a sweep. Media outlets like Yahoo Sports called it seismic, as Dvalishvili's run toward Fighter of the Year ended after 3 defenses in 2025. Former champion Robert Whittaker applauded Yan's strategy and precision, noting how he controlled a record-setting opponent. This win solidifies Yan at the top and sends shockwaves through the bantamweight division. The UFC will most likely book the rematch between Petr and Merab somewhere in the middle of 2026. A trilogy fight that will settle the score once and for all. Let's see Rob's reaction.
The Petr Yan we saw in the octagon against Merab tonight was, in my opinion, the one we saw before he lost the title to Sterling with that funny knee, with that grounded knee. That's the Petr Yan I saw tonight. That's the one that has an answer for every position. The one that has the highest caliber of skill in wrestling, jiu-jitsu, especially kickboxing, and most importantly, putting it all together. He went in there and dismantled Merab. Didn't slow down a second. Didn't give a single position. Took Merab down. Took the fight to him. And honestly, that was the most clinical, leveled up version of Petr Yan we have ever seen. Like, skill wise, that fight was so far above the rest of the division.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that Petr Yan that fight fought tonight doesn't lose to anybody. That was phenomenal, that performance.
That's it from MMA Psycho. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news.